Hey, welcome everybody. I am Shambi Amari, so I'm on a few minutes early. This is my very first TikTok live, so I'm trying to figure everything out. If you have tips, tricks, ideas, comments of what makes a successful live, what you like to see in a live, please let me know because this is my first time doing this on TikTok. And I'm officially supposed to be live at 12, so I've been cross promoting and I'm excited to be here testing out TikTok. My goal is to do a live for the next 7 days. I think that's the goal that I set for myself, and get on here and talk to you about the things I know, which is being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and also, I'm trying to add this to my story. Okay. And also, being diagnosed with cancer, going through cancer survivorship, dealing with a chronic illness. So it's been a lot. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff floating around. I've got a goal, if I can get a finger heart from somebody. And I'm really just trying to see what it's like here on TikTok world. And for those of you that are joining, hey, please put comments in the chat. So I'm going to do this whole series. Again, the goal was for 7 days. First time doing this on TikTok. And I want to thank Gemini AI for giving me the title, Thriving Beyond Limits, Entrepreneurship and Chronic Illness. So each day I want to talk about something. Today I'm going to talk about when you're an entrepreneur dealing with a chronic illness and you are telling people you're not feeling good and they think that it's just an excuse. And that's really what I want to talk about today. So my official start is in 2 minutes at noon. So I'm going to do my full introduction then. But if you have any tips or tricks that you can give me about doing a live on TikTok, since this is my very first time, please let me know. I'm tapping things and trying to learn where everything is at. I see tons of people joining, so thank you so very much. You'll see that I have a goal. If I can get finger hearts going along, so definitely do that. I'm seeing so many people. I'm going to try to say hi. I may miss some of you saying hi to you, but thank you so much for joining. So I've got, oh, I read that time wrong. See what happens when you get old. I thought I had 2 minutes until noon, but I've got 3 minutes until noon. But just to tell you what I hope to do with all of my lives is talk about being an entrepreneur, building a business, having a business. What happens when you get sick, when you're running your business and you are like the only person that can run it? What do you do? That's like the craziest thing. I'm still going through that. I'm a work in progress trying to recover from what I had to deal with. And I'm going to tell you more about that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get started a little bit early. So everybody who does not know me, my name is Shambi Imari. I am in Columbia, South Carolina, USA. So I am in the South, in the southeastern states, right in the middle of the state of South Carolina. And I'm a mom, entrepreneur, two-time founder, and I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm also living with a chronic illness. I'm also a perfectionist, so you are going to see me looking because I do have notes, because again, this is my first live on TikTok, and I'm a little worried. I struggle with trying to make everything perfect. Still working on that. I'm a work in progress. So I'm a cancer survivor, and this week what I want to do is talk about misconceptions that people have of when you're an entrepreneur and you're dealing with a chronic illness. Please put in the comments what you may be dealing with as a business owner. If you're struggling to do your business or help people understand what you're struggling with when you are doing your business, put that in the comments. Let me know what you're struggling with because I'd love to be able to talk about that more. So I see tons of people joining. Thank you so very much. Let me know where you're joining from. So again, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, USA. Put in the comments where you are joining from. I know some of you are not in the United States. I can tell just by your username. So definitely Yes, I got a #1 gifter badge. Yes, look at you, Zane. Thank you. So I want you to tell me where you're from so that I will know. Hey, how are you doing? Elgin, oh my goodness, Michelle. Hello, Elgin. I am in Elgin a lot. Euromania, I love Euromania. So that is my place right there. So I'm talking about entrepreneurship, what it's like when you're dealing with a chronic illness. So I want to assure you of one thing. In this whole series I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be going live 1 day a week. So keep checking to see when my next live is going to be tomorrow. I haven't picked my time yet. But I want to assure you of one thing. When you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, however you identify yourself, and you have a chronic illness, I want to let you know you are not lazy and you are not selfish. So if anyone has ever told you that, then I want you to know that is so not true. You are living your life and doing the best that you can. So I want you to know that. Put in the comments if you're currently struggling or dealing with some sort of chronic illness or health issue that is affecting your business. So again, for those who just joined, I'm Shambi Amari. I'm a mom. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm a 2-time founder. So I have a web agency that I've had for 20 years. So yes, that does mean I'm kind of old, maybe. But I've had it for 20 years. And I'm also the founder of the nonprofit Web Girls Code. And in 2021, yay, I'm so glad you saw that on Threads. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. And I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2021. And as a result, I kind of had to really shift how I did my business. I'll talk about that more tomorrow, about my scheduling and how I adjusted. So join tomorrow. So I'll talk about some things that worked for me when I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2021. So then we fast forward to December 2022. I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And then in February of 2023, I was told it was stage 3 colon cancer. So that's where my story starts. And at that time, I'm running here. Keep in mind, I'm running 2 companies, a web agency and a nonprofit. And the nonprofit was growing. It was amazing, the opportunities that we had when I got diagnosed with cancer. And so today, what I really want to talk about is when people tell you, hey, that's just an excuse. Like if you're not feeling well and someone says, well, that's just an excuse. And thank you for everyone who's been joining. I see Kennedy's joined. Farzan, if I've said your name incorrectly, I do apologize. Thank you so much for joining. And I want you to put in the comments, has anyone ever said to you, hey, why are you in bed? Or why are you not feeling good? And put that in the comments if someone's ever said that to you, or give me a thumbs up if you've ever heard that when you're dealing with something and you're a business owner and you're supposed to be out there hustling and you're just like, I can't even get out of the house. Let me know if you've had that happen to you. And how does that make you feel? I see some hearts. That makes you feel horrible, doesn't it? Because as an entrepreneur, like you started your business, you want to hustle, you want to do good. But when someone is telling you, well, that's just an excuse that you don't feel good. And you said, I like that, Michelle, you said you've had to remove some of those folks from your life. And it's disheartening. You're absolutely right, because you already feel bad. And when you're telling someone that and they think you're exaggerating, because I'm going to tell you straight up, when people see me in public and they're like, oh my goodness, you look so good. And I love hearing that, because I can look at pictures when I didn't look so good and I looked like I was somebody who was on chemotherapy. But the thing that's sad is when people see us on the outside, they think that we feel okay, even when we don't. And that's what I want to talk about this week. So each day I'm going to kind of address something else. And today we're addressing like misconceptions when people say that's just an excuse. And, you can put in the comments, like what's something that somebody has told you that made you feel bad. I'll give an example. For me, I had someone who I was going through chemotherapy, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I am so tired. And they said, well, yeah, I'm tired too. And I'm thinking, chemotherapy, who's gone through chemotherapy? Give me a thumbs up if you've gone through chemotherapy. Chemo tired is not the average. I've been at work all day tired. I'm been busy because I'm working and taking care of a house. It's not the same. Unless you've been through chemotherapy, you cannot understand what it's like to be tired. I never knew this level of fatigue until I went through chemotherapy. And then even when you finish, it stays with you. Like mine's improved slightly, but literally just from my activity this morning, like it's 12:05 Eastern time, and it's 12:05 Eastern time. So all family team invite you to co-host. So here's the thing. This is my first time on TikTok doing a live, and I have no clue what that means. So if you will put in the comments what that would mean if I let you on as a co-host, let me know, because this is my first time. I'm still learning all of this with TikTok. But back to what I was saying about, being tired. And so, yeah, I probably will need a nap after I do this live because just getting up in the morning, getting ready for the day, and making sure, my youngest is ready for school, all that fun stuff. So just focus on you for this first one. Okay, good advice, Michelle. Thank you very much. I will just worry about me right now, not all the extras that's flying around here on TikTok. So what I will say is I want this whole channel, my whole TikTok channel, to really be a place where you feel heard, because unless someone has gone through it, a lot of times they just cannot understand what it's like. So I will say this, I am still a work in progress. I can tell that even from this week that I've not been really feeling great since Sunday, but I've got to do things. When you're a solo parent, when you're trying to figure life out and figure out how to pay the bills and all that fun stuff, you still have to do. And even when you're tired and even when you don't feel good. And that's something that I want people to know, that is what so many of us are going through, and you still have to run your business. And what I will say is I spent, in 2021, when I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I made an adjustment that I will talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about scheduling tomorrow and things that have worked for me and things that have not worked for me. But we're going to talk about scheduling. But when I learned how to make an adjustment in 2021, it was great for me. It really helped reduce my stress. And then I spent most of 2024 figuring out a schedule that respected my energy levels, that sometimes just doing the morning things, by the time it's 10:30, 11, I'm ready for a nap, and how not to feel guilty about that. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Today, I just really wanted to be an intro of what to expect and some of the excuses that, some of the things we hear when people tell us that's just an excuse, which is so untrue. And I want you to also, I'll talk about tomorrow some of the things I've learned over the last 3 months. When I adjusted my schedule, it made a huge difference as far as taking away that guilt of, I should be working on my business. Oh no, I didn't send that email back to that client. Look, I'm going to talk about how I missed an email from 3 months ago for a contract, and I'm kicking myself to this day. I emailed them like, hey, I am so sorry I missed this email. Is the contract still available? So we'll talk about that and how that's just the reality, but how I deal with that and my schedule and respecting those levels, my energy levels. So what I do want to ask, definitely put in the comments if there are things you're struggling with. And this can be from just the entrepreneur side with your business. I also am somebody who has over 20 years of business experience. So my goal is to kind of take my business experience, my reality of being a cancer survivor, and how I've blended those two to still keep my businesses going, and talk about that. But I want you to be part of this conversation. I want to know You know what? If you're a business owner, I want you to give your own shout out. So in the comments, put the name of your business, put your, if you have a different TikTok handle for your business, I want you to put it in there. Thank you for joining. I'm not Sue, and Jim, thank you for joining. So if you have a business, put the name of your business in the comments, because I want to check it out. I want others to check it out. And I want to know who you are. So you said you have a sticker and journal. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I want to know what it is you do. Hi, Jorge. Thank you for joining. I want to know who you are, what you do, what your business is, because I want us to support each other. And I want you to know what I've done to be able to kind of get out of the funk of having cancer. I will tell you, don't recommend, but it was life. And it was a shock. And I remember my first appointment with my oncologist. And he's going through everything about, you're going to do chemo, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting through all that, shocked, of course, because he's like, when he said stage 3, I think everything just went silent when he said stage 3 cancer. But as he's talking about everything, and love it. I'm a content creator and have a co-working community with a good friend of mine. Awesome, Michelle. And that's in Elgin. You have your, and you do all this in Elgin. That is awesome. I love that. Someone local. Yes. And I remember the very last thing I asked the oncologist as he was getting ready to walk out of the room was, will I still be able to work? Because all I'm thinking is, yeah, number one, I need that money. And two, I just got a very big deal grant that I have to fulfill. And I got diagnosed with cancer about a month, might have been a month, after I got a big grant that had to be fulfilled. And so that's awesome. So Michelle says we do it virtually. I can't do people face to face like that. Hey, I get you. I'm that person that I will sit in a restaurant, and if they have an app, I'm going to order the food from the app before I go talk and order with a person. So I totally get that, Michelle. I'm that person. And so, hey, Diego, thank you. Thank you, Diego. Dylan, thank you for joining. Again, share what your business is, because I want to talk about business on this channel when I do my lives, and I want to talk about how you can balance that when you're dealing with a chronic illness or even a cancer diagnosis. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. When you're diagnosed, like with cancer, your life does not stop in the sense of your bills still come in. If you are running your own company, your clients are still expecting you to work. They're still expecting you to deliver. And depending on your team, you know, if you're by yourself, that's going to be hard to do. If you are, you know, in my case, I was a team of 2, and I tell everybody to this day, my VA kept my web agency afloat when I was going through treatment. That she did an amazing job. So I'm going to talk about this week what it was like for me to be going through treatment and still having to fulfill contracts that were signed in 2022 and were being fulfilled in 2023. And I'm going to talk about also how AI helped me to be able to make it while I was going through chemo treatment. It still helps me today because I'm still dealing with survivorship and the side effects from treatment. I think it's 16 months from my last chemo treatment. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm thankful. So that's the key. But the thing I want you to understand, if you are dealing with, and thank you so much for all of the love that I'm seeing. And if I can get any more finger hearts, that would be awesome. What I am appreciating, I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. That happens a lot with me. But a lot of times people just, like I said, I have no clue what I was just talking about. So I'm going to shift a little bit and just talk about when you're dealing with a chronic illness, people look at the outside. When you're dealing with cancer, people look at the outside. And if you look good that day, they don't realize, especially like for me, and some of you, tell me if you're this way, you're going to put on your makeup, put on your cute outfits because you need something to make you feel good because you feel horrible on the inside. And so when you leave your house and people see you on the outside and you're looking cute, you're looking good, they assume you feel good. And I remember I created a meme and I put it out on my Instagram one day because I was just tired of not being believed that I didn't feel good. And it said, just because you see me out doing things doesn't mean I feel good. And I think that's the key also when you're dealing with it is I want awareness for people to know when you have a friend who says, look, I've been diagnosed with this chronic illness. When you have a friend that gets diagnosed with cancer or they're in cancer survivorship, they rang the bell, there's no evidence of disease, they're cancer free. When you see them out and about and they're hanging out with you, it takes so much energy to do that. The things that a lot of people don't understand is just getting ready to go somewhere. I've done that, and I will sit in my car before I get out to go to dinner or go, hang out for a little bit. And thanks for joining Inspiration. And I will, thank you so much, Michelle, for the finger heart. Yes. I will sit in my car because I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm ready for a nap. And I haven't even gotten to the event. I haven't even started. And that's something that has to be acknowledged, and a lot more awareness needs to be added for people to understand that. Put in the comments, especially you, Michelle, with your businesses, what's the biggest challenge you have, say, with your schedule? Because tomorrow I'm going to talk about schedules. I haven't looked at my actual schedule tomorrow. I will not be live at 12. I'm thinking it's going to have to be around 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, but I'll be posting everywhere and I'll be posted on Threads also. But I want to know what's the biggest challenge with your schedule. So I'm going to tell you my biggest challenge, one of my biggest challenges now, and then we'll talk about it more tomorrow. And that is let's see here, matching my schedule with my unexpected energy levels. Yes, I'm so there with you. And I'm going to tell you, so my schedule, like today, I had my first block of time to start at 9 a.m. And in our area, the high school kids get what they call late start. So on Wednesdays, my daughter doesn't have to start school till almost 10 o'clock. So me, my alarm goes off at 8:15 and I'm like, snooze. Then I have an 8:30 alarm. I'm like, snooze. And then I hear my reminder for my first thing I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, late start. Even though it messes with the schedule sometimes. And I'm laying in bed, and the first thing every morning for me when I wake up is my pain. I'm in pain the moment my eyes open. And I'm just laying there. And so my biggest struggle is just getting out of the bed, because I know once I get moving, especially in the morning, I'm going to have like the most energy of the day. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how, and like you mentioned, Michelle, matching your schedule with your unexpected energy levels. That's what I worked on in 2024. And I've pretty much got a good schedule that I started working with in December. And for the last 3 months, it's really helped. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Jonathan, thank you for joining. And that's what I want you to think about is your schedule. So we're going to talk about schedule tomorrow. If there's anything else you think of, just send me a DM. I'm going to get ready to hop off of this live. But thank you, Michelle, for joining. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for the finger hearts. Hey, Cher, how are you? Thank you for joining. So we're going to be back on tomorrow. You'll look for the on my profile, and I'll try to see if I'll send them directly to like Michelle and Cher, different ones. My goal tomorrow, I think, is going to be 1 p.m. to do my next live, and we are going to talk about, again, we're talking about entrepreneurship, chronic illness, and we're going to talk about scheduling, what's worked for me, what didn't work and was making things worse, and how that might be able to help you. And I keep doing this. I need to redo my nails. I tell myself not to show my nails in this live, but I need to redo them. And hey, Ava. And so I hope you got some good information. If you, thank you. I will see you tomorrow, Michelle. If you joined late and missed it, Esteban, thank you for joining. Then definitely go back and watch this live. This was my first ever TikTok live. I loved it. I'm excited. I'm going to be doing one a day for the next 7 days. That's the goal I've set for myself. So everybody be awesome. Have a great day. I hope where you are, the weather is good. If not, be safe. And I will see everyone tomorrow. Check out my profile when I update. I think it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern, but double check my profile once I get all of this done. And so the fun part for me is going to figure out how do I end this live, because I did not check on how do I end my live. Oh, I think I see it. Let me see here. Nope. Oh, yep. I'm going to end it now. Take care, everybody.